Hey everybody, good morning and welcome to day 2 of this weekly expansive reading. And I just want to talk into the energies first before I go to the cards. More words than I've got. So the energies at the moment are coming in waves, and I've literally been tracking them as it's like an expansion and a contraction. It's like a jellyfish. It looks like that. And it feels like that. Like a plunger. Okay. And the energies are uber loving, like ultra soft, expansive, loving, Neptunian. Neptune is going to dissolve all the blocks and boundaries in the mind that are challenging us in how we see ourselves and how we meet our divinity, and whether we 3D that to normalize it so that we can understand it within the paradigm that's currently being dissolved. I think I just understood madness for the first time. Yeah. And so I'm sorry, I'm going to be a bit willowy today because I'm very out. And so there's a lot of stuff coming in. And yesterday, after my day had finished, I suddenly got this energy drop, and that was preceded by a really, really quick dizzy spell in the kitchen near water again. It's so much of my work is happening around water. And yeah, this instantaneous, it didn't last, but it was an instantaneous dizzy spell, and I knew I'd gone out somewhere. And I'd still got a few plants to plant. I think I said yesterday I'm replanting my garden, which is such a beautiful metaphor for what's happening in life. So I wanted to plant this basket up, and I made myself. What I really wanted to do was just go horizontal and really be with what was coming in. And I did this planter, and the reason I went to do the planter was to do with this Pachamama energy that came in. She was yesterday's, wasn't she? Yeah, this Pachamama energy. And over the weekend, I was in the back garden and I saw a honeybee that was depleted. Now, I'm a honeybee rescuer. I feed them by hand, and I've rescued many, many bees. So this one was no exception. And it kind of, it was like I was watching it, and it's like climbing a blade of grass was like climbing a mountain. You could see it was exhausted. And it kind of climbed to the top of a blade of grass and then fell over. So I fed it. So I just get some organic honey and just let it down with a little bit of water, and then I spoon feed until I can see the proboscis, is that what it's called, come out. And then they gather their strength and they have a little wing flap, and then off they go. And this one had a little wing flap and then just lay there. And so Yesterday, when I went out to plant this basket, I checked in the grass because I've got to cut the grass, and I don't want to cut the grass if there's a dead honeybee in there. It just doesn't feel right. And the honeybee had let go and transitioned. And so I put the honeybee in the middle of this basket that I planted up. And I just suddenly became aware of this, the bigger picture of what was happening in that little moment of my life was, I mean, a honeybee, well, we're dead without them. Master pollinators. And to have been granted an opportunity to take care of and be nurse, carer, whatever, for this honeybee really struck me. And Pachamama came in, and the emotions just, even now, and it's all higher heart. It's just beautiful innocence and purity. Not thinking, there was no mind in there at all. It was all intuitive. And it's like taking the heart of that, taking the heart of Pachamama and popping her essence into this. It's not a fruit basket. Well, it's a fruit basket, but it's a basket of flowers. And then I had to come in. I finished, tidied everything away, came in, went horizontal, and oh my God, cosmic energy. Huge, gentle, no mind. Nothing to work out, nothing to do, nothing to integrate. It's just this complete sense of surrender and allowing, receptivity, powerful feminine energy. And slept like a baby. And then this morning, just really tuning back into this eclipse is, I cannot say it enough how powerful and magnificent it is. It's profound. And so back to the sink plunger. So for all the light that's coming in, I always say, when the new codes come in, when the light comes in, it's going to hit every layer of resistance on its way in. And what it's hitting in me is self-confidence. And I want to share that with you because we seem to be coming into an initiatic shift this week, and it's looking like Thursday. So I don't know what's happening with the planets. There's so much happening. It's too mindy for me at the moment. And it's triggering my self-confidence for a couple of reasons. One is a very real reason of how many boundaries do I take down and hold clients? It's that. So I still maintain boundaries, as in, you don't know very much that's personal about me. And I always hold that boundary because clients watch this channel, so I have to hold those boundaries. And there's the secondary boundary that's like, well, how much weird do I bring? And having gone back on LinkedIn this year, I'm going to come off because it's just this flat line. I don't know. It's dead. It feels dead. There's no frisson there. There's no energy to dance with. So I'm coming off. I joined MeWe, and it's just, it's what I'm bringing isn't being met, just isn't being met. So I guess this is a more complex one because it starts with self-confidence, then under that is boundaries, and then under that is what's being met. And is there a need in there in me? Is there a need in there to be met? And there must be, otherwise it wouldn't be bothering me. I wanted to share that with you because what's coming in is so beyond what we can imagine. I and a highly trusted peer of mine who brought it in are both sensing great opportunities for existential crises, psychoses. Because the walls, let's not demonize the walls of the mind, okay? Because they're training wheels. Mind is a, we need training wheels. Or do we? Okay. So the polarity is we do and we don't. Everything is into polarity. So this energy is feeling like the rewiring of the duality into the polarity. And in the duality, right? Yesterday I told you a story about willful ignorance coming to speak to me at the garden gate, and then kind of being a bit curious, but really, really wanting to stay in willful ignorance. Great, I respect your choice. But what do you want to talk to me about? Make a decision. So yesterday was about make a decision, because this whole week is being led by the cosmos. Okay. And God is a woman. Okay. The feminine is going all over the place. And I can't even explain what I mean. I can see it, and I can see the connections that are, they're not new connections. These are connections we used to work with. Okay, so we've got lots of old shamanic energy coming in. Don't think of shamans as within our cultural memory. They predate that. And so we have this choice point of, do we want to decide to lead our life through the heart? Because that's what we're being shifted into. But when we live through the heart, there's very little mind in that. So in the heart, we might look flighty, flaky, indecisive, butterfly, when what we're being is intuitive and in flow state. And that can be difficult for others to meet in a system. Because generally, and I'm generalizing, the mind wants to see order, structure, hierarchy, and measure success, failure, generally. When we strip that away and realize that we are infinite. What did that do? Then what we bring is going to take on a million different shades, different shapes, different sounds, different feelings. It's becoming a regular thing for clients to say, I don't know what this feeling is. It's really strong, but I don't know what the feeling is. Yeah, great, stay with that. Feel it before you try and identify it. Define it, infinite. Be with the not knowing. I've been saying this for months. Be with the not knowing, because we don't know what it is. All right? I'm going to go straight into today's card, which is the Beloved. And this feels, I've been feeling into this card before I hit record, and this is feeling like laying paving slabs for the shift that's coming this week. So I'm going to start with just reading from the book. So the essence of the Beloved is the recognition of spirit in another. This is huge. That's not a little thing, because the recognition of spirit in another is in the friend at the garden gate who's bringing me willful ignorance. That's spirit in another. Moving towards spirit through the other. So there's an increase of symbiosis here. the symbiotic relationship between all living beings. All living beings. It is when the divine appears to us in the form of our child, our partner, our friend, our clients, we experience being in love. As we grow, we start to recognize the beloved in everyone, not confusing their personality with their divine nature, right? Not confusing their personality, that's generated by the ego. The divine nature is constant. That is their constant. It is the nature that the willfully ignorant aren't yet ready to bring forward and to dance with. The divine nature is the nature that's been shamed and guilted and burned and beheaded or weaponized. The invitation is to learn through the path of love. So here we are becoming heart-centered, cosmic heart, okay? Aloneness, all oneness. Choose that path. Do you choose aloneness? Do you resonate with aloneness? Or if you perceive the word differently, can you be with all oneness? When you recognize the beloved in another, you call forth their highest and purest nature. This is Namaste. The spirit in me recognizes the spirit in you. I think it's bows to, isn't it? The spirit in me bows to the spirit in you. Following the path of love. The shadow side of this card talks about romantic love, and you're all wise bodies. You know not to confuse cosmic love with romantic love. Again, that's made by humans. Yeah, I want to talk into projections with this. I want to talk into projections and piety, because that could be a powerful shadow side of the beloved. So let's blend the beloved with the witness. Okay. The witness seeks nothing except a witness. Doesn't need to be involved. Doesn't need to have an opinion. Doesn't need to change what is there in any given moment. So when the witness witnesses the beloved in another and in self, there's just this honoring energy, and in its shadow form, that can spiral down and trigger something that feels like a righteous, pious energy, a hierarchical "I'm better than you" energy. And we're all human. Well, I think we're all human. I have question marks over that at the moment. Okay, and so that can kind of take us into a lower expression of cosmic love. It can take us into an over-caring, burdensome love that wants you to be something else. And even sometimes where we see the light in others, but that other isn't ready to step into their light, we've got to bow to that. Got to bow to that. And just accept and witness that that is where they are. And indeed, that is where we are. Okay. No self-shaming, no shaming. Yeah. And remember that everything is a mirror. Your life is created by you, for you. It doesn't happen to you. It happens for you because you created it. And in that, we set up all sorts of situations and events to either mirror a very familiar past and keep us in some kind of self-container, consciously, or because it's in our blind spot and you can see this hand, but I can't. What hand? Blind spot, unconscious, creating the old through the present. All right, so I don't think these readings are going to be quick. Where are we going? Let's start with these beauties. Yeah, wow, heart-centered living through the energy of the 5. Oh, it's powerful. Multi-dimensional. Really powerful. Absolutely. Did you want to come out? Yes, you did. Okay. Yeah, underlying emotion. This speaks to me about the light that's hitting the planet at the moment will 1 minute feel gorgeous and 1 minute feel I went out with a friend last week and they said, how are you doing? I said, I'm bipolar. I'm having to dance with bipolar because the waves are just like, oof. So finding something to hold me in the middle was like a new thing. Motion. Okay. Be with motion. Because like Einstein said, time was invented so that everything doesn't happen all at once. Okay, so these energy waves are coming in and subsiding and coming in and subsiding as the body responds and recodes and the DNA alters. Okay, the way we sense the world alters. This is really interesting because I just want to sneak peek. Tomorrow's reading is going to be about, so here's the precursor. It's time for the heart center. I know. Mm. Yeah. Got new moon. There's a new moon on the 10th. Another eclipse. And that will begin what this is ending. So full moon eclipse is about, it's going to be about endings, beginnings, but the new moon is going to birth. Well, this is a really simple message, actually. I'm not going to overcomplicate this because we've got, it's time for unity. Boom. Stretch. Okay. Stretch the mind, take the blinkers off. When you hit that feeling of lostness or aloneness or nervousness or what planet did I just land on ness? Great, you're stretching. That's good. You're going to right to the edges of your world. It's right to the edges of the world and keep pushing, keep pushing. Because when we clear space within, it's easier to download. It just flows much more easily. Okay, I didn't see that one. That's landed face down on Pachamama. Kiss. It's an efficiency kiss. Okay. So, yeah, the Unity card is speaking straight into this. Both of them. It's that namaste. The light in me bows to the light in you. The spirit in me acknowledges the spirit in you. Wow. Wow. It's Triskelion here, which is the symbol of these, I believe it's a druidic symbol of the triple goddess. Aye, aye, aye. Yeah. Oh God. That laugh was about, but I'd be here all day. If I start speaking into that, but I'll be here all day. Okay. So I'm going to recap. I know I go all over the place, and I've learned to live with that, that it can make people a bit, for God's sake, Chrissy, get to the point. Well, there is no point. So today's message is about finding the symbiosis between you and another, whatever that other is. You know, it could be a plant, a bee, a tree, a fox, a deer, a human. So it's coming into that unity consciousness that if I shame you, I shame me. Okay. It's that. If I judge you, I judge me. So yesterday is choose a path. Today is live through it, whatever that path is, with a challenge to do that through heart-centered motion. Heart-centered motion. Oh, wow. Okay. I want to speak into this. So the right word is preservation, but it's coming through reversed. And there's a message for me and there's a message for the collective in this, to really deeply respect what does not want to let go. Okay. Because as these expansions become more potent, and they will, there might appear a bigger divide. Okay. In your collectives, in the world, a bigger divide between shit, this is getting real and it's frightening me to death. So I'm going to hang on. That's cool. That's cool. How can you deal with this energy? Through heart-centered motion. Okay. Because any desire to pull that forwards or up or into expansion is projection that's coming from an insecure place. And I, the guy that was talking to me at the fence, I had no desire to make him anything. I was just trying to understand where he's coming from. What are you bringing? Are you bringing me ignorance? What do you want me to do with that? Are you bringing me curiosity? What do you want me to do with that? What are you asking me? So yeah, that was make a decision. Okay. So this is a very soft, there's no writing and doing here. I'm noticing. Can you feel this? It's about being in love, not any kind of romantic love, and it definitely doesn't involve a partner. I'm not going to speak into that. It's about being in love, in through the energy of love, bringing all of you in home to embody and integrate in the energy of love, being in love. Okay, beingness in love. What am I going to call this then? Beingness in love. Okay, let's do a surrender card. This gives me a title for today. Beingness in love. Lol. Alrighty then. Feel it. Touch the fear. Okay, because change is here. It's here now. June is going to be another big pivot point. Big pivot point. Surrender your fear of change. Surrender to, I would say. Surrender to your fear. Surrender to it. Give into it. Wherever it is in the body, look. Okay, so the body knows. The body is the blueprint, and it's also the betrayer, the beautiful betrayer. So you will feel fear. You'll hear it in the mind. Get out the mind, drop into the body. Where are you? Where are you? And it will ping. Okay, so you're just pinging consciousness into the fear in the body. Take your awareness to that point in love. Okay. All is beloved. The fear is beloved. So you take love to it. And then you surrender. There's no judgment, no shame, no guilt. It's just beingness. Okay. And what that does is that recalibrates the energies. It's empathy. So surrender to your fear of change and surrender to the wisdom of the body. Go within. The book is within. The answer to every question you can conceive of is within. The only variable is whether or not you can access it. But it's all within. Okay. So the wisdom of your body. Yesterday, my body suddenly lost all its power when I gave in. And I had just the most beautiful energy bath. Absolutely stunning energy bath, just being still. Okay. Surrender to my fear of change. Well, let me lead by example. I am working on ways that I can bring, I'm going to have to work on ways that I can bring more of the work I do off camera with peers, which is different to this. It's very different. It's very cosmic. Then I've got this question around boundaries. Okay. Can be lots of that. Yesterday, yeah, full surrender to rest, full surrender to sleep, lots of early nights. And this is all the kind of generation of love within, for self. Oh, I've taken up so much of your time. I'm really aware of that. I hope this has given you something useful. I noticed that it hasn't given you a thing to cling on to. What it's doing is it's introducing you to the expansion of the cosmic heart. And I don't know about you, but my mind is looking for the thing to do. Oh, what do I do? Just come from the heart. Yeah, but how do I do that? Just come from the heart. Okay. What about when I need to make a decision about it? Just come from the heart. It's that. It's very expansive today. Okay, so we're laying the paving slabs for whatever's going to come in at the end of the week. And just to give you a heads up, because this shift comes, I believe, on Thursday, I'm probably going to do a Thursday to Sunday reading to create a bigger unified field. Okay. I think, anyway, I'm going. I might do another video actually, because I'm curious about something. So I'm going to continue to play. So I may or may not see you later on in the day. I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you, new subs. I can see on the numbers, but I can't see your name. But thank you so much for being here. You're very, very welcome. I hope you're taking something useful from this. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and always leave me a comment. I love your comments. So much love. Take care. Namaste.